PlayStation ain't dead, dead. PlayStation ain't dead, dead. PlayStation ain't dead, dead. PlayStation ain't dead, dead. You heard what I said. PlayStation ain't dead.
Hello, Sean.
Hello, Will. How are you?
I'm good. You're frozen in the most obnoxious way possible.
Well, that's the way I should be. I mean, that's my good looks right there.
Yes, sir. You are a very handsome man, and I
got
don't
that
mind
beauty-
saying so.
I got that beauty filter on, you know?
Makes you look 10 years younger.
It does.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We do not have James with us tonight. We wanted more viewers, so we told him to stay home and just tune in. So he won't be joining us this evening. No, I'm kidding. He's on vacation with his in-laws or something.
Yeah, something like that.
He better be watching.
I told him to live stream from the bathroom, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are you doing in there, James? No,
I'm playing
nothing.
I'm playing my Portal.
I'm not doing nothing. I'll be out in a minute. I'll be out in a minute. Guys, I'll be right back.
Oh, Jesus.
But how's your week been?
It went really fast. I can't believe that it's Saturday already. I feel like we just did this like 2 days ago. So it's snowing. It's disgusting out. I don't want to go outside, but I keep getting called out to work. And it's fun times. How was your week?
I there's a new store they opened up in town. I'm really excited about Book Off. They opened a Book Off. It's the
really?
Yes, it's that Japanese store that whenever the YouTubers they go over to Japan. That was one of the places they visit. But I got in. I'll tell you about it later. I don't want to keep our guests waiting too long. Our guest tonight is 8-Bit Eric. Let me see. What can we say?
Yeah.
He's a collector. He's a streamer. He's a YouTuber. Journalist, dare say. Actor. And wrestler.
Yep.
Yeah, shit. That's quite a resume. So, without further ado, let's bring him on out.
Very excited.
8-Bit Eric.
How's it going? Nice.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing, Eric?
Pretty good.
What's
Pretty
going
good. Thank you for having me.
I
Thanks
forgot
for
to
coming,
ask.
man.
I forgot to ask. Are there any subjects that are off limits with you? Anything?
I mean, not really. Just in case, there's no subject that's off limits, but
You just waited for live to do that?
be careful. Be careful if you might be worried about my opinion on something. Be careful. Be wary. I don't know if you said it, but I also have author as one of the.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Yeah, I wrote
Author.
a book. So
I think he did say that.
okay,
Don't worry,
no,
Eric.
I-
I'm on your side on your belief, so we're all good.
Okay.
He's the one you got to watch out for.
What do you think? He's the one. We're not gonna go there. It's not that kind of program. We're here
Yeah.
to talk about video games.
Yeah, I mean, I might have an opinion on video games that might make people upset too.
Well,
Who knows?
as long
Fuck them all.
as long as you're not collecting, as long as you don't have the Harry Potter, because you hate trans people sitting into your collection, will be just fine. I'm kidding, of course.
I have
These
Harry
are jokes.
I love Harry Potter. I got the controller too, Will. You got a problem with that?
Dude, have you seen this Harry Potter controller, Eric?
I have not.
It looks
Oh,
like
yeah?
a Disney princess controller is what it looks like. It's black. It's got the golden castles and it's all Disney.
I didn't even know they made one.
Oh yeah. Well, PS5 controller. It's I guess it's how much did you pay for yours, Sean?
What's
You
that?
can't hear me. How much did you drop on that one?
This
Come on.
controller goes for about $400 now.
That's as much as the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only dropped on the PlayStation Store the one day and sold out, and then that was it. I think because of all the controversy, they didn't make a lot of them. They just could do it and get rid of it. So yeah. So now it's a premium. It's a premium.
If I'm not willing to buy like a $600 wand at Universal Studios for Harry Potter, I'm not going to buy a $400 Wait. Was it $400 at the PlayStation Store, or it's going
No,
for $400
no.
now?
No, it's going for 4 now. So.
Okay, how much was it? 60.
It was regular price.
It was
Yeah.
regular
Okay,
price
okay.
out of the store.
All right. I
But
was about to say.
It sold out like in like the first hour.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, it was done. So.
Yeah, Eric, I wanted to ask you because some people think that that on this show, it's fuck all other consoles, go, we're 100%, PlayStation fanboys, and we hate all other consoles, and console war, blah blah blah. Do you run into that with your name? I mean, do people think that you're just strictly 8-bit games and
that's kind of why I kind of had to acronym it, that's the word, 8BE, because I was tired of people being like, why is your name 8-bit Eric if you don't play 8-bit games? You're only doing 8-bit, and it's all like, it's like, no, the 8-bit Eric's the nickname that I had. And I could touch on that story, but that was my nickname. And when I was making my channel, I was just like, okay, I just call myself 8-bit Eric. It has a decent tune to it. And so I just like abbreviated it. It's kind of like what RGT85 did. He used to be Retro Gaming Tube, and he wanted to expand on stuff like that. But I do get a fair amount of people that are in my on my channel that want to see retro only or Nintendo only. So like if I notice sometimes if like PlayStation or Xbox stuff is played or talked about, they don't have an interest in that. They're more like Nintendo people. And I even saw it like in person. I did like a panel at a convention one year, and I was asking, like I was talking about a game, and everybody seemed kind of like, I forgot what it was, but like the people just kind of weren't like responding when I'd be like, yeah, like in this game, when you do this and that, and then there's this gameplay mechanic, and everybody's like, huh? And I'm just like, okay, let me see a raise of hands real quick. How many of you guys, have a modern system? And they're like, kind of like this. I'm like a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. Nobody raised their hands. Then I'm like, and this is about a room of like 40, 45, 50 people. I'm like, okay, what about a PlayStation 4? There's a couple. Xbox One couple, and then I'm like, okay, what about the next gen and this and that? And then literally when I named the Nintendo stuff, the people were raising their hands, and I'm like, okay, and then I was like, a Switch, most of the room, Wii U, most of the room, and it's like, okay, and I'm like, so all you guys are Nintendo or retro? I was like, all right. So that's kind of like how I was for a long time up until the Wii U. 2016 is when I got a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One. So then I got into that because there was like so much stuff that I missed, but I was just like Nintendo only for the longest time. And that's how my friends gave me the nickname 8-bit Eric. It's because they all knew that at the time I was collecting like Nintendo and Wii U, and they're like, they wanted me to play like Call of Duty and MLB The Show with them. And I'm like, well, I got a Wii U. And they're like, man, dude, you're just like all the old underpowered crappy consoles, dude. You're gonna call you 8-bit Eric because you don't even have anything new or up to date. And then it's like, all right.
I was gonna ask how you got the nickname.
I have all the new consoles, and Will still calls me the same shit. So
yeah, yeah. It's like, I don't know.
How far along? Do you have a full NES set, or
I do not? But I have like 640
what's
NES.
What's the count on them?
Well, the full set, retail set, the official set, isn't it like 5 something? I thought.
No, it's like in the 700s. But
is
according to the app that I used, because I use the Retro Game Collector app, which I'm not trying to give them a plug. They owe me money for that. No, I'm just joking. According to this, because this one includes like PAL and all that, 940.
Yeah,
but it also includes all like the I guess the what's the term?
The non-licensed
non-licensed and all that. But according to this, I have 70% of the collection that's on this app.
Yeah.
So
no, well, Retro Game Collector, he in the chat, he says the retail North American sets in the 600s. That's kind of where I thought it was. I thought it was like 600 somewhere. I thought it was 570, 600, something like that.
So like you get like your little your little like thing like that, and that's says my most rare is Action 52 and my most valuable Zombie Nation. But I only
Yeah.
have I have both of those loose cart. So
Right. No, I use that's the retro game collecting app.
yeah. And
Yeah, I
for
have
me,
that's what I use. Yeah.
for me, I'm weird. I like the loose carts. I don't know why. Like I have some boxed, but for
Mhm.
me, I just like the way they look loose. I
Right.
don't know why.
It's got to be all or nothing. I mean, I've told this story before, but like when I first started getting back into collecting, I went up in the attic. I got all my old NES games, and
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I'm going to go for a full set. And this is like before prices started going outrageous. But then I went back in the attic, and I realized I had saved all the boxes when I was a kid.
Mhm. I threw all
So
mine away.
once, and they were all mint because I had gotten the game and I put the box away instantly. And
Mhm.
I because of my OCD, I was like, well, I guess now I have to go for a complete and box full. so I can't do cart only. I just can't do it. It's got to be all or nothing, you know.
It depends for me, man. If it's like if it's something that I really am like a fan of, like a game that I'm like that's one of my top games, I'll go for a complete box in that. But I'll
Right.
also get it duplicate loose. So like I
Okay.
have a complete and box Mario 3, but I have it loose so I can have it on the
Yeah.
shelf too.
Right.
So
Yeah, you
Eric,
just quick grab it.
you got any desire to go for to finish the set, or you think?
no, there's no way that I'm gonna spend more than the most I paid for an NES game was the Zombie Nation, which I paid 300 for it. There's no way I'm ever gonna do that again. A
Yeah.
lot of the games that I do need are well over that, like the Pank Restaurant, the Little Samson, all that. No way, unless like I hit like some money on a regular basis, like I get like an NBA player salary. Like if I was an athlete, 110%, I would be buying full collections like left and right. You know,
Well,
buying the whole set.
Billy and Jay could find it for you, can't they? Just hand it on.
I mean,
over
they
to you.
sold all theirs. They sold most of theirs. It just comes to a point, man, where it's like, nah, like I'll consider like whatever games I don't have that are like $100 or whatever. But to be honest, a lot of the NES libraries, like you look at the game, you're like, man, this game sucks. Why am I going to pay
Yeah.
100 for that? I'd rather buy, you know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for $90 and
Right.
have a way better game.
Yeah. I mean,
What-
I almost bought Barbie complete in box the other day.
Oh,
And he
God.
wanted $79, and I was
See, that
like,
game ain't an
I don't
$80
know, I
game.
can't-
See, I would rather buy an actual Barbie doll that's $80. That to me, an actual Barbie doll will increase
I
more
hear
in
you.
value than the game.
When was the last
Yeah,
time?
no.
When was the
It was
last
more
time
for
you
the
went
meme
out
of it.
hunting in the wild, Eric?
What's the last time I've been hunting in the wild? It's kind of dry in San Antonio, to be honest. San Antonio, Austin area, it's bad. So I don't tend to do like the whole wake up early, go to the flea market, go to garage sales. I've tried it. Like sometimes, I think maybe like a little over a year ago, a year and a half ago, Billy and Jay came down for a convention, and then they stayed the night. And we went to try to go game hunting, and we spent like a 12-hour day, didn't find anything. And whatever we did find wasn't worth like recording. So I'm not a fan of wasting my time like that. Like I'm not a fan of I'm gonna get up and hit the flea markets and see what I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. So I wait just until I have like a convention coming up, and that way I know there's gonna be stuff there. And honestly, the conventions, it was the opposite. I remember when I started going to conventions, it was like, hey, you don't go to buy anything here. These guys are hard to negotiate with. The prices suck. Everything's overpriced. Now it's flip flopped. It's the flea markets and the garage sales and the retail stores that are trying to make their money because they got to pay rent.
Right.
The people at the conventions, they're just trying to get money so they don't have to take it home.
Right.
You know,
right,
so
right.
a lot of them, you know, and people are like, oh, well, you know, because you guys get to go in first, you get access to all those. No, honestly, that's the worst time to try to get the deals is before the convention starts, because those people want to try to sell for as much as they can. So a lot of times I'll wait until the convention's over and they're packing and they don't want to put it away. So I'll be like, yo, you know, I'll take this for you. Cut me a deal. That's the best time. So
Yeah.
if you guys watching this go to a convention, Stick
till last
around.
minute.
Stick
Stick around
around.
You're until Sunday at 3:00.
Stick around for the last couple of hours of the con. Not
Yeah.
don't you know?
How many conventions do you hit a year?
Well, I usually it's died down a lot since COVID's gotten happened because a lot of conventions aren't running anymore. This year, I'm only officially making appearances at both Retropaloozas. I think Retropalooza Houston's in May, and I think Retropalooza Arlington is October, September, somewhere around
Okay.
there. I don't know the dates, but this year I'm only definitely for 2. I might be getting Southeast Game Exchange on there. I was supposed to go to Game On. I was invited to Game On like a year ago, and then I never heard anything about it, which is in Phoenix. But I won't be. It's already like what a few weeks from now.
Yes.
I'm not going to be going to that. So this year just 2, but last year I did like 4. I've done as many as like 8 in a year before. So
Have you ever done the Long Island one or no?
I have not, but I do have a funny story with that. First of all, do you personally know them?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. And there's no way that they'll be watching this, right? Well, I kind of
No.
hope they do watch it because I do have a funny story with that.
Wait,
time I
who's
got
they? Who's they?
whoever
Guys that
runs
run
it.
Long Island
Yeah.
Retro.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I have no idea. I don't know who they are or whatever. Remember, this was like 2017-ish, maybe 2018.
Mhm.
And hey, Game Chasers in the chat. How's it going?
Oh,
I
hey,
just
what's
said
going
legit.
on?
I don't know what he said,
Thanks
but
for stopping by.
So one year I get an email. I get an email from Long Island Retro Convention, whatever, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we'd like to bring you out as a guest. Are you available? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, cool. Blah blah blah. By the way, here's my flight info. I'm flying out of San Antonio, Texas. That just." And then like they responded. They say, "Wait a minute, we thought you were in the area, like in Connecticut-ish, blah blah blah." And then I said, "What? I'm not in Connecticut." And they said,
Yeah.
"Oh, we're sorry. For whatever reason, they got me and RGT85 mixed up."
I was
And
gonna say that because he's on the East Coast.
yeah, so I was like, "Oh no, but thank you for the consideration." And that was it. I was just like, "What the fuck?" They emailed me, "Oh, blah blah blah." Now there was like a during the pandemic, there was like a virtual convention that was being run by them.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember that.
I did a panel with one of my friends, Destiny FOMO. She had a panel with some other dude. We did like a wrestling video games panel. So it was just like an
Okay.
online Zoom thing. So it wasn't like an official
That's
thing.
cool.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that email from the Long Island thing is pretty funny. I might
that's
still have
funny.
it.
I mean, they're big enough the way they could probably fly people out. I mean,
Yeah, but
I went this year, and I mean, like what Pat the NES Punk and shit was there, so I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure
want-
he
they
didn't pay
want-
for his skin.
they want people that like even then like they want like the new blood. It's a young man's town, so up and coming channels like Scott the Waz and then them.
Yeah, I don't know if they can nail him down, right?
Do you still enjoy going to them? Is it a chore?
Oh no, they're awesome. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
It
I
is
don't-
like it's kind of like like how to explain, like when you're there's not enough time for like as much as like, because like I'll have people be like, "Hey, I'm gonna come to the con, do you think we could hang out?" I'm on the like, not everybody does this, but like I'm on the floor, I'm like at my table, I'm selling shirts, I'm selling books now, I'm signing stuff, taking photos, doing my panel, so I'm on the floor usually from open to close all the days.
Mhm.
So like like I know some people, they just come for like a little bit and then they're walking around, and then you never ever see them at the convention again. It's like, damn, this con is paying to have this guy out and they're barely here, like
Right. Oh, right.
they're technically paying you to work for the con
Yeah.
to make people happy. So like when you're done, I'm tired, my feet fucking hurt, I got a headache, I'm hungry, and then not on top of that, I don't wake up early. So like, oh, what time's the con open tomorrow? 9. 10. Fuck, we're gamers, man. Why can't the cons open like at 2? You know? So it's
No.
like it's like I call them workcations because you get to go somewhere. It's not home. It's different, but I'm there putting in the time for the cons because any
Yeah.
convention that brings me out, I feel like I'm indebted to make sure that I go above and beyond to be at a table where anybody coming in could see me if they come to the convention. They could see me, they could meet me, they could talk to me, go to the panel, stuff like that.
Well, it's not. Your endorphins get fucking all up. Also, if you gotta go, I mean,
Yeah.
I used to play. I used to tour around the country with my band and all that stuff. And like, I remember like when I'd watch like the older like Game Chasers videos or whatnot, the ones with you guys with the road trips and all that stuff. That would remind me of me being on tour like in a shitty van. You got to get up the next day for the show and this and that.
Yeah.
And you guys were getting up the next day for a con, party night and this and that. So yeah, I guess the show itself makes you awake anyway. But
yeah, a little bit. But
long
once it comes down, you get tired after the fact, and it's like that with wrestling too. I'm used to the traveling with the wrestling and stuff as well, and
Right.
the meeting people and signing and having to be like on. You know what I mean? You have to be on. You
Gonna
can't.
be in character. What is
Huh?
what do they call them? Federation, league, wrestling? What do they call them? Elite? Is it the wrestling league?
Promotion.
Well, yeah. Who do you roll with? What's the name of the?
So my home base, that me and 2 of my associates run. We run one in the San Antonio, Austin area called Austin Wrestling Revolution, but we just call it AWR. We have a wrestling school, and we run shows all in the San Antonio, Austin area.
Very cool.
Like in March alone, we have like 5 or 6 shows. We run more than anybody else does. Like there's promotions here that run only like 6 shows the whole year.
Wow.
Then there's some that are like weekly, which that's not bad, and there's some that are like every 2 weeks. But yeah, we're called Austin Wrestling Revolution. We just had one last weekend. We're gonna have one this Sunday in Houston with another promotion, but we're working with them. So it's pretty busy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So you're not just a wrestler. You run the whole thing. That's your show.
Yeah, I'm the booker. My friend's kind of like okay, so my friend, he's the promoter, so he's the one that does the pay, like it's his money. He's the one footing the bill, talking to the venues, setting up the sponsorships, the brand deals, transporting the ring. And then my other friend, he's doing like he's like basically the 5-star general. Like he patrols the locker room. He tells like the creative ideas. He helps put everything together logically for like the show to run. And then I'm like the booker, so I contact the talent, and I also help put the matches together with my friend. And then the other thing that I'm responsible for is I do a lot of the online social media stuff. So flyers, graphics, things like that. So we're a 3-headed monster, and we help put it together. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, me and my friend Sean, we help run the wrestling school, the wrestling training. So we have like 8, 9, 10 students right now at this time that we're helping train.
And will you do match? Will you do matches during the ones that you're booking and working at the same time also?
Yeah, we're constantly busy on those days. So like I get in, I see who's there, I put the card together, tell everybody.
Do you wrestle that day? That's what I mean.
Yeah. I wrestle on them.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure everybody knows what they're doing. I'll write, the card down, post it like on the wall. Anybody has questions and stuff, they come up and ask me, so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work, man.
How many wrestlers are in the are in the crew? I mean, how many?
On a typical show, we'll probably have about maybe anywhere from like 15 to 20 people on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's the name of your? Do you go? Are you 8-Bit Eric?
No, I'm not. I wrestle as Joey Spectre, Joey Super Shot Spectre. Which, if anybody watching this wants to look up some of the matches, I have some on YouTube. I have a couple. I have one with Jerry Lawler that's on YouTube.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there's been a few which that was what my book was about. It's a wrestling autobiography. I wrote it. So it's available on Amazon if anybody wants to check it out.
Is that Amazon?
Yeah, I've been
Cool.
selling them at conventions too, and they've been doing pretty good. I want to say I made about like so far like 1,500 in it off of it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is that the first pressing of the book, or is it?
Technically, well, the way Amazon works is even if I went back and made like changes to the manuscript, if it's not too big of changes, it doesn't count as like a new edition.
Okay.
So,
do they print them as?
Yeah, they print Amazon. Amazon KDP prints them and distributes them. So, you can order like this is an author copy, so I could order them for what they're made for. So, like to make my book, I think it cost like $4.50
right
to make this. So I order them at that price. So I'll order like 100 of them.
Don't tell the people what they cost, dude. What are you doing?
No. You can't. Nobody can buy them for $4.50. They gotta buy them for $15.
No, it costs $14 to make. You're selling them for $15.
Nah, they sound pretty good. So you get them for this deal, and so I sell them for $15, which is not too bad.
Are you a baby face or a heel?
I'm a heel. I'm a heel.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah.
What do you have a special move?
No, I get thrown around a lot and I cheat. I don't really hit anything. I'll do like the brass knuckles if I do win.
I think I remember watching some footage. Some guy was reaching into his pants to pull out a weapon, pulls his dick out. Oh shit!
And the reason why I have them for 15 is because I figured it's much easier of a price to like if I buy the author copies and sell them in person. Actually, I think online on eBay, not eBay, Amazon, they're a couple dollars more on Amazon.
Yeah,
and then
that's a great price.
Plus, they have to pay for the shipping on there. But if they see me in person, I give them a little bit of a discount.
Yeah,
and it's like each one allows me to recoup the cost much quicker, so I don't have to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not waiting a month for a check or this or that.
Because like if anybody's selling a book for like more than like, I would say 25 tops, that's kind of like, I don't know.
This day and age, definitely. Yeah, it's the same with like video games. You get the digital version, you get the hard, the paper version, and
and lots of times I've been, because I had free Audible, like if you make an Audible. They want people to use Audible so bad now that they literally give people who make an Audible like 80 promo codes for like a free Audible version of that book. So like what I've been doing is anybody that buys these, I give them the Audible free.
Oh, okay.
Who did the Audible? Did you voice it?
I did it myself, and that was so much harder than actually designing the whole thing, writing it, proofreading it, checking the grammar, putting the ebook, because I did the Kindle version too. The Audible was the hardest thing out of the whole process, the most like tedious, because they have certain standards of like of the audio, so I had to go and use Audible to like make it fit within certain criteria. Like the silent noise had to be a certain level, because they didn't want the silent, like if I pause, they didn't want it to sound awkward, like almost like an AI. They wanted it to sound like a good silent. I don't know, it's hard to explain. And then like
they'll send it back to you if something's messed up and this and that.
And it just doesn't. It automatically doesn't approve it. Like it would run like a check. It had to be recorded in mono, no stereo. The decibels had to be like a certain high and a low. So I never used Audible. I mean, Audacity was the program I used. I never used it before, and I had to download a program. There was like a plugin that you can use specifically for Audible. That is like a one-click thing where you put it in and then you put your file and then you click it and it does it for you. And
how badly did you want Robert Goulet to read it for you?
Oh, see, I didn't. I wanted to read since this was about me. Since this was like about me, I wanted to read it myself, and it
Right.
took like actual recording time is almost 7 hours.
That's insane. That would
And
drive me
like I would be
crazy.
reading it, and then like you start to feel your throat itch, and you start to like get thirsty. I'm like, shit. Let me pause it, or let me stop this file, and then like I'm drinking it, and then you hear certain noises, and then you know s- it was just a pain in the butt. Next time, I'm just gonna go to like a professional like recordings. If I do one, the next one I might. If I write a book, it's not going to be nonfiction. The next book will be fictional, and
Okay.
I'll just pay somebody to. Audible
Robert
has people
Goulet.
that Audible has people that like actors that you can hire to
Right.
read So I'll just do that.
Is he even still alive?
Who, Robert Goulet?
Yeah.
Why are we even talking about Robert Goulet?
I don't know. I'm just
He brought
picturing
him
his
up.
face right now. I don't know.
I got Robert Goulet.
I think about audiobooks and I think about Robert Goulet for some reason. I don't know. It happens every fucking time.
If I had somebody read a book though, it's got to be like Morgan Freeman or
Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's on Fiverr. Just go hit him up.
like who has a pleasant voice.
I've been told I have a pleasant voice.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Close your eyes.
Who would be like a good memeable celebrity though? Like a memeable.
Christopher
when you-
Walken, dude. Have him.
Oh yeah,
You definitely need Christopher Walken. Yeah.
that'd be great.
Well, actually, there was that little article that came out this week that the guy that did the British guy that did the Peggy thing, Peggy 11, or
Peggy 8.
Oh yeah.
like he only got paid like $600 for that or something.
I thought it was 200.
How much?
Oh,
How
was
much?
it 200?
How much did the EA Sports? How much did that guy get paid for that?
Oh,
Uh.
probably $50
I don't know.
back in the day.
What if it was like the guy, like it's somebody from EA's friend that was like their neighbor, and he just said, "Hey, say EA Sports. It's in the game."
Right.
Damn, there was one I used to play the hell out of some hockey game. I can't remember, but EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah.
I want to say though, the first like EA Sports games that were like in the EA Sports library, they actually had that guy in the commercials, and that's when
Oh,
he
I
said
don't
it.
remember that.
Like he was dressed up as like one of the athletes, and it did like a quick camera like close up.
You got me on that one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
what-
remember that one.
So, Eric, tell me, what's in your console right now? What are you playing? What's the last game you played?
So in my Xbox, I'm currently playing Skull and Bones, which just came out. In my PlayStation, I have Dead Island 2 in there, my PlayStation 5. And then in my Switch, I think I still have I think it's either Mario RPG or Mario Wonder in it.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Balls
I got them all three right here.
More than one
camera.
console. Let me tell you something.
I picked up Skull and Bones. How what are you thinking of it? I haven't played it yet.
So I
keep
haven't
hearing it's very monotonous. And
I haven't
boring.
played the full version of it, like now that it's launched, but I played the open beta that was out, and I enjoyed it. And it seemed like at the time all the open beta reviews were good. Like people were like, "Oh, this seems fun," and blah blah blah. But then like the full launch happens, and now everybody's crapping on it.
Oh
And
yeah, that's all I keep hearing. It's boring and monotonous, and you just sit around doing nothing.
I will say this: the gameplay loop was a little like,
fetch quests.
it just like it's like. I thought you would get off your boat, like certain areas you get off your boat and you'll talk to NPCs and stuff like that. But I thought it would be like more of an open world adventure where you can take your boat somewhere, get off, actually explore the islands, like kind of like what Sea of Thieves has,
Mhm.
and look around and base building, and I wanted to make like a super secret, like pirate base or something like that, and. It was
Right.
okay. There's parts of it that are all right, but it's definitely, it takes time. It's one of those games that seems like you have to get to a certain level before you actually get access to like certain stuff.
I'm getting the impression that they released a game that's like, again, I haven't played it, but a game that's like that they released way too big with not a lot of content that they figure we'll just add the content as the
Later.
years go on.
And
It's
a lot
kinda
of developers,
backwards.
are guilty of that these days. I mean, I think that's pretty much what they did with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much what they did with Starfield. Even though I loved Starfield, I absolutely loved Starfield. But I think that's what a lot of games are like now, where they're like, "Oh, we'll just add stuff like Power World." Power World, shocked the world by storm. Pokemon guns, and everybody's like, "Man, all there really is to do is just follow this tutorial, and as soon
Yeah.
as you're done with that,
I
you're just."
downloaded Power World and I played it for a half hour. I was bored out of my mind. I
Oh,
I got rid of
I was
it.
addicted to it. I think the first day that I played Power World, I played it for, and I'm not trying to say I don't have a life, but I played it probably for like 8 hours
Did you
first
really?
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to. I built that first ball to throw and catch the
uh-huh.
thing, and it took me a while to pick everything up to build it, and then I got pissed. I had to build the table to build it,
Oh yeah,
and then I threw the ball. I missed the damn thing. It went down
and then you have to make a
the
new one.
mountain,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh well, I should just have another one. And it was like, no, I had to build another one. I said, I'm not building
yeah.
1,000 balls to fucking get this game started.
Oh no, yeah, yeah. And then the first boss, when it goes, go to this tower and defeat the boss. That boss, you can't beat it until you get to like level 20 at least, or else you get killed.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I'm not putting my time into this. I can't do it.
Yeah, the closest I got to Power World was walking in on my son playing it. And
And he went, oh shit, Dad, knock.
You got all scared.
I walked in on him playing, doing worse things. So, but that's another story, and he's within earshot, so we're not going to even go there. So anyway, but anything? What are you looking forward to? Any games on the horizon?
Right now at this point, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. At this point,
Yeah.
counting the days for that.
When's that supposed to drop?
26, I want to say.
Yeah.
Right? Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
No, 26. You're right. No, you're right.
The 21st, they're getting a demo update. You're gonna get the second part to the demo, and this one's gonna introduce like the gameplay mechanics of the open world, and then I think you're going to have like a mission. I don't want to give too much spoilers if anybody wants to go in blind, but there's like a familiar area that was from the OG game that they're gonna have you doing stuff. And I think what's good with this demo is I think certain stuff is gonna carry over. The first part of the demo was like the prologue to the actual game, and
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
a flashback of the Nibelheim, I think, or whatever the village is that Cloud's from, where they go to the reactor, and that's when Sephiroth is like my mother and becomes all evil. It's basically a rehash of what we've seen in the OG and Crisis Core, but at least it gets it out of the way and carries it on to where I could just plug it in and play. And then I think you get like extra items if you play the demo, and I think if you have Final Fantasy VII Remake save file in your PlayStation, I guess cloud or whatever, I think you get some
Oh,
new items as
you-
well.
aren't your stats supposed to carry over or no?
That's the weird thing is I don't know if your stats are going to carry over. And the
Hold on.
demo, you're like level 50.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It would make sense for me if they were to carry
Yeah.
over. Although I guess it would suck for like a person that didn't
People
play
knew,
the first one, and they're only playing the second one, and and you're supposed to be at level 50 in order to actually start the game. That would really suck.
Unless it's like some kind of skill based mechanic or something like that. But
Right.
no, I don't think I don't know. It's gonna be weird on that. I don't. That's a good question.
I'm looking.
Did you play
forward
Did
to,
you play the new one? Was that 14, 15?
I did not know 16. I did not play
16.
it. I just played the demo for that. And then
Okay.
it was one of those where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for that to go on sale. And then when it got on sale, I still didn't pick it up.
I loved it. I recommend it. If you're like hack and slash, because it was much different than other Final Fantasies. It was very much more like Drakengard or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanna play that Rise of the Ronin that's coming out.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
But,
Of course,
damn it.
GTA 6, but that's gonna get delayed. We know that's gonna get delayed.
Is there even a guesstimate on when that shit's dropping?
2025. 2025 was the placeholder, but I bet you that we don't see that until
Like holiday.
maybe right before holiday. I would say maybe like
Didn't they come out and say something like that? Like they were going to push it back to the holiday of 2025?
no, not officially. Not
Okay.
officially.
Just
Uh,
Right.
runs.
We all know Rockstar Games is gonna delay it, and at this point, why not? You know what I mean? We've already
Right.
waited how long?
yeah,
They- they-
I'm
They're
not gonna
just
fuck
waiting
with
for
it
more
until.
games to come out digital, so that it'll only get a digital release, not a physical
yeah.
release.
Dude,
Piss them
there was that
off.
one game, Alan Wake 2, that came out
Damn, fuck that
digitally.
game.
I refuse to play it. I'm not playing it.
Give me your money.
It was my first Alan Wake game actually. I didn't play the OG, and
Okay.
I popped it in, and it was. I heard it plays a lot different than the OG.
Okay.
But I did like certain aspects of it. The only thing I didn't like is that you barely play as Alan Wake.
Oh, do you know that one? No. I didn't play it, so I don't know. I mean, I loved the first one. It was a great.
He's
game.
in it, but they're focusing more on, hey, here's this girl that's a detective.
Of course they
play
are,
as her.
aren't they?
Girl power.
Of
Girl
course they are.
power.
Are you embracing the digital world, digital future, Eric? Or?
Certain games, yeah. Like when Hogwarts Legacy came out, I bought that digitally.
Mhm.
When what was the other one? There was a few of the recent releases where I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it digitally. I think the last Call of Duty I just did digitally, because you buy the CD, you buy the physical Call of Duty, you're still having to fucking download. Sorry, I don't know if we
Yeah.
can cuss.
No, go
Oh
for
no,
it.
we curse all the time.
You still
We
you
get
still-
filthy on the show.
you still have to download like 100 gigabytes. So what's the point of having the disc?
Yeah,
At that point.
I'm totally anti-digital, but I do admit I regret buying certain games like Call of Duty or Helldivers
Yeah,
physically, because it would be nice, like, since I got the PlayStation Portal, it would
Yeah.
be nice just to like pop that on, like when somebody wants to play for like a 5 minute, let's
Ah.
go, like do a 5 minute session, and I could hop off. Now I got to come downstairs, put the disc in, and I'm fat
Yeah.
and old and lazy. I don't want to do that, you know.
yeah.
Oh no, I
There's
gotta
certain-
move.
certain games are just so much more convenient if they're just already downloaded on your
Right.
console. Like for me, like on my PlayStation, I have no, my Xbox, I have Madden digitally on there.
Mhm.
Cause sometimes I'll just pop Madden in just to do you know, like the my franchise, and you get like the cards and the daily quests and
Yeah.
all that. And then like on my Switch, I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe digitally. That way I could just have it ready to play against somebody.
Right.
Certain games, I'm like, okay, if I know I'm gonna play them a lot, I'm okay with not having to get the disc every time I want to play it.
I almost wish that, like, if you have the disc and you put it on the console, that it gave you digital access to, you know.
Yeah, like movies.
Yeah. I mean, it pisses me off because you know how like Nintendo carts, they give you the points for the cartridges.
Yeah.
Now PlayStation, they have their own thing, like the PlayStation Stars,
Mhm.
whatever program.
Yeah.
And I go to the app and it says like I'm like a level 2.
Yeah.
And it's because I only probably have 1 or 2 digital games on the
Yeah.
console.
Yeah.
But I own a complete collection, and it doesn't give
Mhm.
me any points for anything I put in. And
Mhm.
you
No,
know,
it'll be like this month buy Street Fighter 6 digitally. It's like, well, crap, I bought it physically. I guess I don't get credit for it.
Exactly. No credits, no points to like buy something out of the store. Because
Nothing.
I'll save up
Nothing.
all those points on the Nintendo thing to like.
Oh yeah, Misha. I
So-
get to the point on the Switch where mine expire. Like I'm like, dang, I
Yeah.
guess I forgot to use those.
No, the only thing I'll use it for DLC that I don't want to pay
Yeah,
cash
yeah.
for. You know, stuff like that. Like I love pinball, so like I'll get like you know, one of the new pinball
Zen,
effects
yeah.
tables or Zen tables or something
Yeah.
like that. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think I'm level 4 on PlayStation Stars, but there's so many of them. Did somebody drop out?
he probably had to take a piss.
Oh, I was like, did we lose connection? Am I gonna end up
Nah.
being the last one because you're in the snowstorm?
My bad. I hit the button.
Oh, we figured you went to take a piss, but you didn't.
No,
take the
no,
signal.
no, no. I hit the button on my
Oh yeah.
Your
my
little
fancy
girly
girl-
mouse.
my fancy diva Overwatch girly.
Oh no,
mouse,
there's
yes.
some like with me, to touch back on the game, Final Fantasy 7. For me, that game is like I told like my chat, I'm like, there's just something about that universe of Final Fantasy 7 that is like, it feels good to go back to. And I
Mhm.
kind of wish every Final Fantasy game was in that universe. Even if
Yeah.
it was like certain chronologically, you know, didn't even have to have the same characters, but there's just something about that universe and the music and stuff that feels good. I don't know
Yeah.
why. So pretty
Yeah,
excited.
no. So every one, I mean, they're wildly different sometimes.
Mm.
When a new one comes out, you don't know what you're going to get at all. Is it
Mhm.
going to be good? It could be freaking boring and horrible. So, I think it was I forget what one. I think I played 12, and it was boring as hell to me. I can't remember.
Eric, what are your top 3 favorite genres? Where do RPGs in general lie on that scale?
So if I'm going to play an RPG game, I prefer turn-based, like old school.
Mhm.
Even though I don't mind the new, like real time, like how Final Fantasy VII Remake is doing it and stuff like that. But my favorite genre of game, it's hard to explain. Like it's hard because sometimes there's days where I'm like, oh, I'm more of this and that. But I would rather play like an open world game, like
Like a
like
GTA 5.
yeah, like a GTA 5 or a Skyrim or Assassin's Creed Valhalla was great.
Mhm.
Um, stuff like that. But I also like survival games like crafting and building and stuff like that.
So like Minecraft?
I mean, yeah, I think Minecraft's great, and I don't play it as much as I should. Um, and it's that's why I like that was one thing that I liked about Power World. There was a little bit of everything. Um,
Any
I
but
get I get intimidated by the big open world games. I mean, because I know I'm going to have to sink like a month into it.
hours,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't do it. Especially since like in the mailbox I get like 10 games a day. That's my problem. And it's like I'll never get to any of these if I start playing one of these games that's going to take me like the rest of my life to play. I can't do it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my problem is when I latch into a game, it's going to be 3, 4, 5 years until I freaking get off of it. Any
Yeah.
first person shooters, into any of the Call of Duties, any of the
Mhm.
what the hell is it? I can't remember. I don't know.
See,
That's all I
Call
have
of
Call of
Duty's
Duty.
fun because when you unlock stuff, that I feel great when that little like unlock camo skin, unlock this and that, or like it gives you the little pop ups, and it's like, oh, nice. Like when you're killing stuff, that game's awesome because it just comes on the screen and it just gets addictive, and it
Right.
doesn't feel like. Although I will say, when I was playing Modern Warfare 2, that battle pass, like all the battle passes, felt like a slog, but like for Cold War and Vanguard and those other ones before, it just felt good. Like it didn't
Yeah.
feel like too bad of a grind. It just felt like it was like even if you weren't unlocking stuff on the battle pass, you were still unlocking like a camo skin or some kind of like something. So it just felt like ooh okay, and it was like
Yeah, it keeps you going. I mean,
mm,
like Call of Duty's, I'll play story mode, but the online for me, like it's too quick. Like I die so quick, I'm in and out in like 30 seconds.
mhm.
Like Will and I, we're stuck on PUBG. We play PUBG like no tomorrow.
Man, I forgot about PUBG. I
Yeah,
remember when PUBG was big right before Fortnite came out.
yeah, we'll play all day long, man. Because
Yeah.
it's relaxing. It's not like run gun die, run gun die, run gun
Yeah,
die.
and I play Fortnite a lot. Like that's probably like I check Fortnite out all the time. I know a lot of people are like, "What are you 11?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, Fortnite gets
I was
pretty
about to say.
intense."
I was
And
about to say.
the funny thing about Fortnite is the demographic has changed on it because a lot of the younger kids, they're the ones playing the GTA. They're the ones playing all the violent,
Mhm.
stuff they're not supposed to be playing, and the adults are going to the Fortnite. The adults are going to like the Fall Guys and all those other games.
Probably
Uh,
because they're a bit more comprehensible. Like as you get older, games get
yeah.
more intense, and you're like, I just want to relax. I want to play something that's not like drilling my mind. Like
Well, I mean, Fortnite could definitely get intense, man. It could definitely get pretty tough. But Fortnite has a little bit of everything now. It's basically Roblox. When you look at the menu, you go
Mhm.
in, you have all the creative maps that people can make. If there's a game out there, there's probably somebody that made their own version
Right,
of the
right,
game.
right.
Like when Among Us came out, they made imposter mode on there.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
when that one game Only Up, where you try to go as high as you can, people are making maps of that.
Hmm.
There's people that made like their own versions of like Call of Duty in there.
Yeah.
I think they're updating creative mode pretty soon to where you could put like Unreal assets in it and stuff, and just make like games. Like
I call those
I've
those
had
are the
indie,
games of the week.
huh?
I said I call those are the games of the
Yeah,
week, like the hot game of the week. You know.
yeah. I've had indie developers email me their island codes because they're like, "Hey, look at this mode we made on Fortnite. Could you make a video about it?" And I'm like, "Okay." And it's like they make their own like mini games within it. But then now you have like the Lego mode, like the Lego Fortnite mode. You got
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. That
rocket
looks pretty cool.
racing. Then they just announced Disney's making an open world mode on it.
That's crazy.
I think Disney just puts
Oh
bought
yeah,
stock into Epic Games actually.
they sunk a lot of money into them. Disney's
Yeah.
trying to get its woke little fingers and everything.
Well, don't they own the company that doing because they're incorporating like the Guitar Hero guitars and stuff like that. So aren't they?
Epic owns that the Guitar
Yeah.
Hero. Yeah.
But I thought that was like because Disney owns that part or something. Like
No,
that.
I think Epic Games bought them, just like
Okay.
they bought the people that made Rocket League. And at this point, Disney might buy Epic. Shoot, I don't know. If you think about it, which is funny if you think about that, because like there's DC properties and like rival company properties.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah.
Marvel's up in there, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, there's always something Marvel in the store.
Yeah, Disney.
It's
Too much.
There's always Marvel something in there and Star Wars something, and I mean at this point the only thing that they haven't done is put actual Disney characters in there, like a Mickey Mouse, which I'm
It's coming.
surprised. Which I'm surprised when Steamboat Willie became public domain, they didn't just make a Steamboat Willie skin that they could throw on there.
They probably didn't want to ruin relations with Disney, I guess.
I mean, they could have changed it. They could have changed it just enough, though. They could have made it like,
like Pal World.
Yeah, just enough of a reference.
You can be cool if Disney entered the console market. Shit, that would sell like hell.
Why would you want a Disney? You would want a Disney
no,
console?
but something so the kids can go play, so they don't freaking kick my ass on freaking fighting games online, so I can play Tekken 7 and Tekken 7 and Street Fighter 6 without getting my ass kicked by a bunch of kids.
That's me playing you. That's me playing.
Right. Dude. This is how you play freaking spam go.
Yeah, I'm not that great at the fighting games nowadays, but throw me the old ones.
No, I've been playing what is Project Justice, Rival Schools 2. That's I picked the Japanese one. We're gonna show it off later, but yeah, I'm enjoying that. That's my go-to spot right now is Japanese PS1.
That's more of like a Street Fighter 2 type game, right?
No,
that
it's
that era.
Yeah, it's that era, but it's a 3D fighter, so it looks more like Virtua Fighter and shit. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not 2D, but I enjoy it. I'm not very good at these games, but it's just like shoot 'em ups. I love the fucking genre, but I'm not good at them.
Yeah, I like bullet hells and stuff like that, and if they have a mode where you can just continue as much as you want,
infinite,
like an arcade mode, I'm like, okay, that's good because like. I mean, one of my favorite shoot 'em ups was Musha. I had that as a kid, and I feel so lucky. Feel so lucky because that game is so expensive now.
Yeah.
But we bought that like at one of those toy liquidator stores like back like in the 90s when like they would have like Genesis games and Super Nintendo games, and they would put them at $20 like at KB's and stuff. We literally found that like in the $20 bin and played it.
Shit.
At the time, you didn't know that would later on go on to be like a $300 plus.
It's like $700-800 now.
It is. Last time I saw it was like yeah. Oof. And I have the manual for it somewhere. I can't find it, but I know I do. But that game, and then the Thunder Force 3. I had the Gradius on the Gradius 3 on the Super Nintendo. Phileos on the Genesis, where you're like Greek mythology on Pegasus.
Yeah.
But those aren't really bullet hells though. But like some of these bullet hells where you have to like the big
Yeah.
energy balls are just like rotating on the screen, and you gotta
Yeah,
like
it's like a spiral,
Yeah.
or not a spiral. But you know what I'm talking. It's
I get transfixed on them, man. I love those.
oh
games
dude, you
so
gotta
much.
you gotta do like a weird tunnel vision, like where you're
Yeah, you
not
gotta-
blinking. You gotta
gotta-
look beyond the screen.
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
gotta, like,
yeah.
You gotta like veg out. You gotta just veg out.
You gotta blur your eyes and look
Yeah.
at the wall behind the TV.
Yeah, it's like the old 3D the 3D illusion things when you're a
Yeah.
kid,
in,
where
the,
it's
in
like
the mall.
yeah,
like,
your nose.
every 30 seconds I sit there and I amaze myself. I'm like, how did I not get hit through all of that barrage
Oh,
of shit?
yeah. But that's
And
what's
then
fun.
then I test myself and I'm like, is this in the background? You know, like, so I go
Yeah.
up to it and then I die. You know,
Oh,
like, I
that's
guess
the
it wasn't in
worst, man. When you can't tell if you can go over like it's like it looks like a cliff on the floor, and it's like, yeah, you can fly over it, and then it's boom, you run right into it. That's
I
the
just had to
worst.
see, you know.
Thank God for Infinite Continues.
Yes.
All
So
right,
it's the
let's
one.
see.
That's the one good thing modern games have over the classic games. You don't have always
Except
have to start
classic
at the
games
beginning.
had cheats and codes.
Yeah.
Now, if you do that, you don't get any trophies or achievements anymore.
No.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I was playing, was it Twisted Metal 2 on
Mm-hmm.
PS5? I was going for the trophies, and I used the cheat codes and this, that, and the
Mm-hmm.
other because I'm a cheater. And yeah, no trophy. I went all the way through the end. Finished it, and the trophy didn't pop. I was like, God,
I
damn it.
suck at Twisted Metal, man. I tried to
Oh,
play it
man,
because
I
they
love
brought
it.
it back to the classics catalog, and I'm like,
Mhm.
man, I don't remember it being this hard.
Do you got all the tiers for PlayStation?
Yeah, I have like, I stacked up like a couple years ago, like every Black Friday when you would get like, they would have like discounts like on CD keys or something like that, and I would stack up. I think I have like 3 years left on my PlayStation Plus and
Jeez.
Xbox, so I would just like stack it up, and
Well,
I upgraded to the premium tier, even though I don't use like
I
the
don't use any
streaming.
of it.
I on Xbox I use the streaming like on the cloud, but on PlayStation it just doesn't ever really work for me on PlayStation.
Yeah, what do you think? You think it's a big sham? I mean, there are no PlayStation 2 games on it. You know,
You know, to be
because
honest,
there
they're
are PlayStation
PlayStation.
2.
They're
Yeah.
not. They're ones that were like they're on the PSP or
Yeah.
or PS4 versions of PS2 games. It's not legit PS2 games.
yeah,
on
for me, man, like
Yeah.
I to be honest, I don't look at the PlayStation Plus catalog as much as I should. I find myself using Xbox Game Pass more,
there. Mhm.
but
Speaking of Xbox,
yeah.
Xbox has been in the news lately.
Mhm.
It seems. Did you watch the what do they call it? What do they call it? Business.
It was a business update, yeah.
That's a lousy title. First off,
Yeah. Well, it was kind
Business
of
update.
strange because they were like, "Oh, it's on the Xbox podcast, so you can watch it on YouTube.com/Xbox or wherever you listen to your podcast." So then you're like, "Okay, is it going to be audio only? Is it going to be a roundtable podcast?" You know,
Mhm.
it's kind of weird, but yeah, it was interesting
was-
month.
I was expecting something live, but no, it was
Yeah.
some pre-recorded bullshit. Honestly, I watched for like I don't know, I think maybe 10 minutes. I
Mhm.
got all the news. I'm like, Psh, I'm out. It's boring. So what I gathered was they're bringing 4 games
Mhm.
to other platforms, as they say it. No Indiana Jones. We're not getting Indiana Jones. We're not getting Starfield.
Mhm.
And 2 of the games will be community-driven games, whatever
Yeah.
that means. So and then the other 2 will be smaller games, and all these games will be over a year. I think they dropped the ball, man. They should have come with the heavies.
No, I'm kind of glad that they made sure it was like underperforming games, to be honest. Like as soon as, because I'm glad they said Starfield and Indiana Jones weren't kind of like right out the gate. They said nope, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
To me, a nail in the coffin, because everybody's like, are they going to go the way of Sega? No, to me, a nail in the coffin would have been like if they're like Gears, Halo, Forza, Fable. They're all going, because then at that point it's like, well,
There's
what's
no
the point
reason.
of having an Xbox? You know, at that point Sony would have everything except Mario, Zelda,
Yes,
Star Fox,
yes,
know,
yes.
and it shouldn't
Bring
be that.
it.
I'm see, so like the games
You're-
are rumored Hi-Fi Rush. I played that like twice.
Right.
It was okay, but that's not going to hurt Xbox that it goes to PlayStation or Switch.
I was surprised that Hi-Fi Rush didn't come out on the Switch day one. I feel like it's a
Oh,
Switch
no,
game
yeah.
all day long.
But Hi-Fi Rush was one of those games where, like, after like an hour or two playing it, I was like, okay, I'm bored.
Yeah, same here.
Tired of
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna talk a little shit on the Switch because I honestly think they picked these games because these games
Could only run on it. Yeah,
could run on a Switch.
Yeah, there's no way in hell that the Switch is gonna have Starfield. No way in hell. Yeah, no way in hell. No way in hell Switch can have Starfield.
Yeah,
at all. And at this point, I don't even think the Switch 2 could have Starfield on it because, but
They would try their cloud bullshit.
Sea of Thieves, I think, is a perfect fit. That's one of the rumored ones.
Yeah,
Sea of Thieves, in my opinion, if it's a live service game that's online, there's no reason why it should be exclusive to any console. Any. No, whether Sony makes it, whether Microsoft makes it, whether Nintendo makes it. If it's a live service game, it should be something that every single platform, PC, whatever, could play it, cross-play, and platform it. And so Sea of Thieves, I think, should have been a lot bigger of a game, but unfortunately, it was an Xbox-only title, and that's why it seems like it came out, it had some hype, and then once it was out, you never heard and saw anything. I think they even had a Pirates of the Caribbean crossover with it that nobody even gave a crap about because you can't play it anywhere. So
yeah, I go to my local Walmart and the Xbox section is just Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, and if you think about it, let's say, well, I mean, I think what it is that they pick these games because at least even if the player base increases from, I think Sea of Thieves can increase from the Switch.
Yeah.
Or even the PlayStation, so that's that amount of a player base on top of it. But like to me, these aren't nails in the coffin. Like Permanent's one of them. I don't even know what the hell Permanent is.
Yeah,
fourth one. I don't even remember what the hell.
I've heard that name like 100 times. I don't even know what game that is.
I don't even know what it is. Hi-Fi Rush was garbage.
The only thing I was hoping was I agree with you that Indiana Jones and stuff, the big games should stay on the Xbox. But the only reason I was hoping that they would come to PlayStation is because I feel like they'd have more of a chance of maybe getting a physical release. Because I feel like Xbox is just done with physical.
No, I think Indiana Jones can get a physical, man. They're gonna get dude, it's Indiana Jones. They're gonna have They're gonna have an awesome collector's edition that comes with like a hat and a whip.
What collector's editions come with discs anymore? God of War didn't come with a disc. I mean, it comes with an awesome statue.
But how awesome would it be if the collector's edition of Indiana Jones is like the little golden statue thing?
Yeah, the little pot belly gold thing from Raiders and shit. That'd be rad. But it's gonna go like this. All right, run this down to the physical department. Get them started on this. They're gonna run down to the physical department, and there's everyone there because they fucking fired them all.
They fired them.
No, the commercial's there. You already wrote half the commercial. Run this down. He's running through the hallway, and then the big boulder comes, and he's dodging and stuff. And it needs to be a de-aged, or at least the computer version of Indiana Jones running, and like dive through and then get it in there, and then that'd be great. But I don't think it's a nail in the coffin at all. They literally teased their next console. There's no way that they're going down.
Yeah, they also got
it's gonna be all digital. So why were they gonna make?
At this point, that's how many kids, because like I was teaching for a bit. You know how many of the kids in the classrooms didn't care if they had the physical copy of a game or not?
I know. It's sad, man. It's sad.
Like all of them. All of them.
I know.
Kids are stupid. We need to teach the children.
But at this point, if you're having to download in the game, most of the game in on the CD anyway.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, we're old men and we're fucking yelling.
I live in my little nostalgic bubble, and even though I know that half these games, the game isn't on the disc, I still feel good about having them.
One good thing about physical is that you could at least go and trade it in or sell it. That's one good thing about it. But
and it looks cool on the shelf too.
The ladies love it when I bring them over.
The ladies. Ooh, girl walks in. Oh my gosh, your physical selection.
It's actually worked before though. I've had girls that are
really?
like, "Oh, I used to play Mario Kart and blah blah blah," and it kind of works.
Oh yes. Well, let me remind you when you were 12. I mean, not nothing weird, but yeah. Here, take
Yeah,
the
yeah.
controller. Just shut up. Let's see.
You get the third party controller.
You get the shitty controller with the Mad Cats and shit. You be an asshole. You got to
I
date
miss the Mad
your
Cat.
Player 2 doesn't miss the Mad Cats. I promise
You
you.
know, I was on Pixel Heart's website today because I was pre-ordering something, and I was working, so I couldn't click on the other thing. But they have some sort of Mad Cats product on there, and I got to
Oh,
go back
wow.
and look at that. I don't know what the hell it is, but I'm very interested in what
they-
it is.
are
I
they
thought
still-
Turbo came in handy.
Are they still
What's that?
making Mad Cats shit?
No, Mad Cat's got like
Um,
or something.
yeah.
They're not even making arcade sticks anymore.
No, I think they got
No.
sued. I think Mad Cat's got sued.
That's why
What?
I was surprised to see something on the Pixel Heart site, but they're like French or something, so they break the rules.
Maybe
all the
they
time.
bought the name.
Why'd Mad Cat get sued? What this is news? They got
I
sued
think
into
there was like a
oblivion?
lawsuit where somebody was alleging that like they purposely make faulty accessories so that people would have to go and buy it. Kind of like when you see every once in a while people threatening to sue Apple for the iPhone charger cables.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Some to that extent where they're like they make them purposely where they'd have to
Uh,
go and get them replaced.
It reminds me, of like the guy that goes to McDonald's and spills the coffee on his lap, and
Oh yeah, somebody got rich off of that. Oh, it's
Well,
hot, sir. Well, how
actually,
could you tell me?
that's one of the types of videos I miss of you. I used to like to watch you eat chicken nuggets. So.
Oh yeah, I did that one time. It's been a little bit since I've gotten nuggets, to be honest.
We call Sean Uncle Dino Nuggies because he
Yeah.
eats like a 12-year-old.
Oh, dude, nuggets are awesome.
If you're 12,
I mean,
I was recently
it's a-
getting the
What's the
adult.
difference-
Happy
what's the
Meals
difference
that they
between
had the nugget
boneless-
toys.
what's the difference between nuggets and boneless wings? It's the same
Nothing.
thing.
the presentation.
It's all in the sauce. It's all in the sauce. So if you're using ketchup, that's what kids use. If you use barbecue sauce, you're an adult.
You see,
Yeah.
I get the boneless wings, but I get the sauce on the side, so I can dip it.
Boneless wings.
Yeah.
I just had boneless wings from Pizza Hut last night. But if
are you
it's a
12?
chicken, if it's a chicken nuggets, I wouldn't buy it. But no, boneless wings.
actually-
That's for grown-ups. Let's go.
I actually made I haven't released it. I made like over a year ago a rap song about chicken nuggets and like
Oh, that's sick.
and haters and stuff.
You got a couple bars for us? Is it-
No, I don't remember it, but I
Hey,
have it.
Sean will bust a mad beat. Come on.
Yeah, I have it. I was gonna make a music video for it, but I didn't get around to it.
Was that a beat or did you forget choking on a smoke?
That was my greatest Fat Boys impersonation. I was watching the Disorderlies. So
Oh man, dude, you're aging yourself now, Sean.
the Fat
Uh,
Boys are back.
Let's see what else
I
we
do
got.
remember the Fat Boys.
Yeah. Remember that video where they were in the Sbarro? I used to always go to that Sbarro. It was fucking I used to
the
love
same Sabaros.
that. Yeah,
Oh, I forgot about Sbarro.
yeah. That was a cool place.
Let's see what else we got here. Switch 2 rumors. Supposedly it's going to be backwards compatible.
It better
Uh,
be.
Yeah, and it only makes sense. And it's going to have enhanced edition or enhanced versions, whatever you want to call it, for OG
Yeah.
Switch games.
That's what I heard. Kind of like what they do with the FPS boosted Xbox games. It
Yeah.
definitely needs to have backwards compatibility because that'd be kind of a jerk move, especially with the current rumor that they're supposed to be at least announcing it, not giving like the first official reveal announcement is supposed to happen in March. So if you
Yeah.
think the rumor release is supposed to be September, and now they're saying it's going to be moved to Q1 of 2025.
Yeah.
So if you think even then, let's say it comes out Q1 2025, which is weird because that means they just missed Christmas.
Yeah.
Unless they have something up their sleeve. I don't know, like make your money somehow. If I was Nintendo, I'd be like, if I was
they're
Nintendo,
weird.
I would just have like a pre-order extravaganza during the holidays.
Damn.
And be like, pre-order it now during the holidays, and you'll get access to, this special. I don't know.
I mean, I
I
figured the perfect time for them to release it would have been like April of this year.
Yeah. So March is like if it came out September and they reveal it March, that's still kind of a jerk move if there's no backwards compatibility, considering that I think the Switch is like at 139 million, 140 million.
Yeah.
So that's a huge amount of people that have Switch support, and I think it would be kind of a jerk move if all those Switch games weren't at least put a slot for Switch games on it. You know what I mean?
Now, of course. I hate the rumor mill with the Switch 2 news. I can't stand it anymore. Every day it's the fucking Switch 2, the Switch 2. But and I heard the newest rumor today, that they're pushing it back. And I just thought about this right now. It's like, do you think that they want it, if it is true, you think they're pushing it back so that the Switch will outsell the PS2?
I mean,
because
how far are they away from it?
Are they still that sore over the freaking
how far away is it?
Will, how far away are they? Wasn't it like
I think 158 million I think is a PS2 the PS2 sales figure.
And Switch is at 150.
Here's what I think they might possibly do is they might do another iteration of what the Switch is. Like, remember when the Wii was out, they made like the Wii Mini?
Right.
I bet you they'll make another iteration because we have the Switch Lite, the Switch OLED. Maybe they'll come out with a new iteration of the Switch that they know will sell like that extra 10, 15 million that they need.
What are they going to do? They're going to put an extra piece in the freaking middle of it, like a N64 controller.
I don't know. What if they just make a dock only Switch?
A docked only Switch?
Like an actual console.
No, dude, that takes no, man.
I mean, they still could. What if they make like a thing? What if they make I don't know. What if they make the dock different, and you could still put the tablet that you currently have? I don't know. There's something they could always do something with it. They could always adapt something for it.
Yeah, well, back a year ago, 2 years ago, when Switch Pro and this and that, I was always hoping that they made a dock that was upscalable for the 4K, and then you take your Switch off, and it's back to the normal Switch. But if you put it in the dock, it would be all upscaled and beautiful. I don't know why they never did that.
I
think it would be cool if they went back to CDs.
Because technically, I think it's selling so well. Obviously, it has great games and everything, but them making like an OLED Switch, them making a Switch Lite helped add, because they're counting those as Switch sales. So that helped add to the number. So the only way they're going to be able to do that is if they make a new version of the Switch that has some kind of feature that will sell something.
They're adding light Switch sales and shit too.
What was the difference? Sorry, what was the difference? Was it 5 million away? Will?
No, I think it's like 20 million, 138 to 150 something.
Oh, 138 to 150.
Unless they're planning on producing Switches still after the Switch 2 comes out, I don't think they're going to hit it.
Well, they will, because you're going to have your discounted Switches, that they're going to have to, once the new console comes out, you're going to have like what they had with the 3DS. How long did they sell the 3DS after?
I think it was like a year.
Yeah.
All they got to do it. They just got to paint Pikachu on another one and fucking people buy 1 million of them. We were talking about this last week, Eric, and I really think that most of the Switch sales, a lot, or not most,
the special editions that they make for certain games.
Well, not just those, but people lose the shit. You know what I mean? People give this to a child, and the child breaks it.
Yeah,
because it's mobile. It's out in the world.
That's why I don't take mine anywhere.
It's not sitting at home underneath someone's TV.
No, you were building a fantasy world of holes, and people were dropping them in holes.
There are holes, and they are getting dropped. I seen these holes.
I know people when the 3DS is around that they would actually forget their 3DS somewhere and lose it.
Yeah, so it happens, and it gets left on the bus, and
now we got people with the Apple Vision. I know those are. We're start seeing videos of people getting those snatched off their heads and the people running away with them.
Well,
I've not seen one in the
the-
wild yet. I've not seen one in the wild yet.
it's not going to sell well because they blocked porn on it. So
Yeah, the joke's on the people who stole it. No porn.
But yeah, I haven't seen any. I have not seen any in the wild. So
I heard one guy was like trying to drive with it or something. He got pulled over, and he was driving. He was in his Tesla.
yeah.
Yeah, he was letting his Tesla drive for him.
It's always some asshole in a Tesla. he's got the car on auto. He's got this fucking shit up here. People are assholes. All right, so
But yeah, to touch on what you're saying with the Switch 2 rumors, I mean, a lot of us are guilty about it. I sometimes I'll see like leaks and stuff like that, and I feel like I got to talk about it and just give my opinion. I think no matter what, I think we are in the final countdown. Though I think if
the
in
writing's on the wall,
if
definitely.
in March it does not have a reveal, then I'm gonna shut up about that.
You talking about this March?
Yeah, like as in next month, because we haven't had a we didn't have that direct we were supposedly gonna have. Right?
Might happen next week, right?
I don't. At this point, at this point, if we do not have one this month at all, I think they're saving it for March for sure, and that's when they'll reveal it. Because you think about it, if I'm Nintendo, and let's say it is true that they're going to reveal the announcement at least, I would just wait at this point. I would be like, we know what it's February 18th. Let's just wait.
But you know what? They always use the same excuse. It's like, well, if we announce it now, that's going to hurt our holiday sales.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's cyclical every year. It's like, oh, well, there's never a good time to announce it because it's going to hurt the holiday sales. That's why, like, I figured that they would announce it in March and put it up for pre-order that day and it'd be available in April. That would be the perfect situation.
The PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, I want to say they announced that like
that day. They went out.
I want to say like I remember seeing stuff September, and then by November they were out.
Yeah. That's like, the way to do it. You don't announce it and then say it's coming 2025 because nobody's gonna buy it for Christmas.
Yeah, I remember it was like September. Pre-orders are up, and then launch day was November, and even then it was like a mid-September, like, hey, pre-orders are out, and everybody went nuts for the pre-orders, and pre-orders are selling out. Like, how does that happen?
Oh,
and then it came out in November, so it's like, okay, so then Nintendo should do a September reveal and have it come out in November.
Exactly. It's got to be. I don't know. Nintendo does what Nintendo wants to do. They do weird shit all the time.
I'm tired of that. I want them to do something out of the box for once.
Yeah, man. I'm still rooting for the third leg in the middle of the damn thing.
Well, that'll be the gimmick on the new one.
The third leg. Jesus. Let's see. PlayStation. PlayStation has announced they will not release any more new first-party titles until March 2025.
Yeah, I think that's weird.
I'm fine with it.
Well, you got to think, how long does it take to come up with the new? How long is it? Was it 3 years, 4 years to make a new game?
Sometimes 8.
Well, at this point, Xbox is going to release more PlayStation games than Sony is this next year.
Well, I don't know. Well, Xbox has been promising the new Fable for how many years? I mean, we haven't heard.
I think each company has something they've been promising because Nintendo promised Metroid Prime 4. That's not out.
Right.
Fable, and if Elder Scrolls 6 even comes out on any of these consoles.
Yeah. I mean, with PlayStation not coming out with first-party stuff, I'm fine with it. I mean, there's plenty coming out still. Stellar Blade, that's a PlayStation game, I believe, so that's coming out in a month or something, right? I don't know if it's going to be a big
Stellar Blade. That's a first-party game.
I think it's a PlayStation game, right? It's not on Xbox, is it?
I've never heard of it.
It's supposed to be fancy. It's
supposed to be like a near Autonoma type game. Yeah, I think that's. I don't know. You don't need the burnout. You got Final Fantasy coming. So
what was the reason why they said they were doing that though?
Because they suck.
PlayStation sucks. Welcome to the podcast. They didn't really give a reason. They did mention that they are in the they're in the tail end of the PS5.
Yeah.
The PS5 has peaked. A lot of people are like, "Oh, they're shutting it down. It's PS5's over."
It was like
they're hanging it up.
just came out though, and then it's wild to see 2020 fall. It's like, wow, where the heck is time going, dude?
Yeah, well, it's called getting old.
No,
It's
they
wild.
they did it to themselves. It was so hard to get the PS5 the first year,
Mhm.
and it took that year for everyone to realize the people that couldn't get it. I'm fine with my PS4, and they're still making PS4 games. So why do I need to? Now that they're available, people are like, I still have my PS4, and they're still making PS4 games. So why do I need to get this PS5? They fucked themselves.
And that's kind of interesting because that came out because even at least Xbox, that the three big time executives, they were like, by the holiday we'll have news out about the next Xbox console, which will be the largest technical leap in a console generation. And then you're hearing this report about the PlayStation 5 being in the latter, window.
Well, it's just
And then the poor old Switch, 7 years old, and according to rumor, if the Switch 2 comes out, it's only going to be as strong as a PS4 Pro.
Right.
Put this back at square fucking one when PS6 and whatever the heck comes out.
Supposedly, I guess the Xbox is just going to come out and touch you and this and that. And
Yeah. Because when did the PS4 Pro come out? 2016?
yeah.
So it's going to be 2016 technology in 2025.
That's
That's-
Nintendo does what Nintendo does.
God, Nintendo, man.
Nintendo does what it can because it can't do what others do.
See, that would be out of the box if Nintendo came out with a home console again that somehow incorporated the Switch feature, but went back to like a disc system, but also had a slot for the cartridges to make it backwards compatible. Do that for the first half of the system, and then after that half, get rid of the Switch capability.
Dude, Nintendo should just make a console that's like the Retron 5 that has a slot for each of its game consoles, and you just put the games in, and you know what? Screw it. Start making new NES games too, and Super Nintendo games, and
I'm surprised they don't. I mean, Atari's back to making their cartridges and whatnot. Why is it NES? That's
that'd
money
be
on the
awesome.
table.
Like if Nintendo was like, "Yo, here's 10 new NES games," first of all, everybody would be scalping those. But if they're like, "Here's 10 new Mario game, a Mario game, a Zelda game, this and that," and they
I never understood that with video game companies, like why they stopped doing that. It's like, just do it. I mean, it would sell no matter what.
Well, now, yeah, because everybody, wants that nostalgia.
Yeah, well, the cult of Nintendo is thick, and dude, you slap Mario on anything, they'll buy it. I mean,
Yeah.
you could freaking brand a turd with Mario's outline, and people would literally buy it. But we love all consoles here on the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast. Let's see. You're a big LRG collector, aren't you, Eric?
Yeah, I have a few. I've stopped since, but I do have a lot.
A lot. I find myself, whenever I'm looking for shit on eBay, the first thing I do is I filter it out at auctions, ending soonest, and then boom, and I just start looking, and everything that catches my eye happens to be LRG, and I don't know, it's just they got good shit. But anyway, they're finally, I guess they had Purple Dot start doing their shipping now.
Yeah,
and Purple Dot didn't take PayPal, and that would cost a lot of backlog.
Oh wow!
But
it sucks trying to order from them now.
But now they're finally rolling it out, so you could use PayPal for pre-orders. I guess that wasn't available before, and they're also giving the dickheads across the pond, the European. Nothing against Europeans, well, a little bit against Europeans, but the Europeans are finally beginning to be able to use PayPal for limited run games.
Yeah, but it's only going to be for the EU customers, not the US.
I swear I've pre-ordered stuff though and used my PayPal.
No, you used to be able to. They just changed it a couple months ago.
They picked up Purple Dot.
Yeah. Now every time you order, you have to type in your freaking credit card information. Unless it's saved, and it's a pain in the ass.
Well, they blocked me. They got mad at me. So
You personally?
Yeah, because when they fired that girl, I made a video about it, and then
Okay.
next thing you know, I'm blocked by Douglas Bogart and
Boy.
Limited Run Games, and I'm just like, okay,
Which is the
I don't even think he works there anymore. Didn't he get canned?
good.
one of them got the boot for screwing around with some girl in the break room, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
No.
Oh, this is old news.
One of them got the boot for screwing the girl that took over that girl's position, the one that
Wow.
got fired. Yeah,
Dude,
I heard it from that. I heard it from that girl.
Well, I know they don't like me because I saw them as recently as last May, and they didn't even want to look in my eyes.
Look deep into my eyes.
I stopped buying from them though after that whole thing. I was like, I'm not supporting this crap.
Yeah,
I still have like a whole bunch of games I've been waiting on for like over a year that randomly get like in my mailbox. I'm like, okay, cool. But they could totally freaking dox me if they wanted. Where's this guy's address? What's his name? Blah, blah. They could totally look me up.
That would be fucked. Oh
Here,
yeah, here's his
I'd go
address.
viral though. I would totally be like LRG doxed me, and I would milk it.
They've gotten really late. They've gotten lazy though. I mean, since I'm going, it's one of the headaches of going for the complete PS5 set is I have to also get all of the LRG games, and recently, like the majority of the games they've come out with are all Kemco freaking RPGs that are like nothing but cell phone games, basically.
Yeah,
they just keep pumping
RPG,
out left and right
with RPG Maker, and
Oh,
or they're just like re-releasing these NES games randomly, like Felix the Cat, and
yesterday was Laylancer.
Yeah, I was the same way with the Switch, because at first the Switch was easy to keep up with if you were trying to go for like all the games, but then once all these other companies like Strictly Limited, Premium Edition, Limited Run, all those games started making their own, it was like, oh, there's no way I can keep up.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You got to pick and choose.
Gentlemen, you guys are gonna have to excuse me for a minute. I'll be right.
Now he's going to go pee, like you said.
Yeah. He's usually good for like 2 or 3 piss breaks in a show. But
no, it's all good. But no, with the Limited Run, man, they started come out with a lot of the PlayStation 5, and now they're even doing Xbox, which is funny. Yeah. I remember the reason why they wouldn't, well, no company would, is that you had to have like a certain minimum amount of Xbox games ordered or something like that. So I guess they finally changed it, or they just finally said okay, or I don't know.
I've heard things that they've laxed up on the pressing numbers. I think originally it was 2,000.
Yeah,
that you had to press for the minimum, because I also see that I think it's Red Art Games or Super Rare. They're also doing Xbox games too.
Yeah.
Now, it's kind of funny because Xbox, like we said before, like they got rid of their whole physical division recently, and you see that Walmart is getting rid of Xbox games. It's really even with the Series X, you can probably count on your hand how many Series X games are actually physically. It's dying, so it's going to be up to these limited print companies to actually make them. So I guess they're coming down.
Well,
on
the
those
thing with
numbers.
Series X games is that they're technically, the way Xbox does it, technically it's a CD and it has Xbox One and Xbox Series X on it. So it's like they never change the box or anything with the game. They just have it, I guess, upgradable to a higher version. It's just isn't how they did it, because
digital upgrade.
PlayStation had the 4, then they had like the 5, instead of just like being like, hey, you can upgrade it. Like if they would have just put like a 4 and a 5 next to it.
It was that was all confusing to me. The PS4 with the PS5 upgradable stuff. Some people are only going for that. Like some collectors are only going for the ones that have the tag that say PS5 upgradable. It's like, well,
oh wow,
you have a PS5. Well, you know how collectors are. They're we all have our weird little things,
Yeah.
But it's very confusing to me. I would if I had the PS5, I'd rather just get the PS5 version.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But I think I first saw that when they finally announced when Larian finally announced that they were going to release a Western version of Baldur's Gate.
Mhm.
Because they are doing an Xbox version, and I think the Xbox version is going to be on 3 discs, so that the whole game is on there.
Hmm.
And that's because of the size limitations that can be on an Xbox game. It's a double disc for the PS5, but
Are they?
yeah, so,
Is Xbox? They don't use Blu-ray yet.
they use their own form of. It's not a CD, I don't think, right?
Oh, it's not a DVD. Well, it's not DVD. Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
They
We're using.
they
Yeah.
used to have during the 360 days. They had like the HD DVD, but I don't know what they call their disc now.
Well, no, the HD DVD was meant to compete with Blu-ray for as far as movie
Yeah.
content.
But Blu-ray is
concerned.
owned by Sony, so
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
That-
yeah, shit, I don't
that's
know.
why there were two competitors
Yeah.
back then. It was a console war of movies.
I still run into HD because I go into Goodwill and look for Blu-rays every now and again, see if I can get something cheap, get a deal, and there's always a stack of HD DVDs, and the poor bastards who are collecting those.
I think there's only like 300 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's like a small set.
Well,
when I used to work at a record store, and we'd have 2 sections, so it was set up. It was the console war of movies. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
I might go for a fucking full set HD DVD. Oh, shit.
Get them graded, man.
No, I will not.
What do you
All
think
right.
about the whole grading thing, Eric?
It makes no sense to me, man. Like, I'm not saying I'm a scammer, but if I was like a grading company, what's gonna prevent? Like, let's say both of you send me a graded Pokemon card, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the grader, and I'm like, oh, this guy's is really good. How about I give him this one that I already have
Oh,
and
yeah.
keep
You
his
think this
10
is
and say that the one he sent me was an 8? Like, how do you prove that you're getting your card back?
I never even thought about that aspect.
Or your game.
Because I've graded baseball cards and whatnot. Because that makes sense to me. I don't know. It's
Yeah, like
cardboard,
if I had like a like some kind of like rare a card over here at my personal thing, and I was a grading company, and it was like a 7, and you sent me one, and it's like a fucking 9.5. What's
yeah.
stopping me from switching them
switcheroo.
out and sending you that one and saying that's a 7?
And the thing is, you can't even put a little
come
mark
on.
on it to make sure it's yours, because then
Come
you
on
ruin
now,
it.
no,
Yeah.
these aren't.
That's what Will did when Will had to send his PS5 in.
Yeah.
He drew a little penis on the inside of his PS5 to make sure he got his back.
Uh-huh.
I did, yeah. I missed the penis when it came back, but no, it was there. And then I replaced the plates, the white plates, with some bootleg ones I bought from China.
Well, yeah, when my Wii U gamepad got it stopped working and it needed to go on repairs, Nintendo just sent me a brand new Wii U gamepad.
I was hoping. I've heard horror stories that if you send your shit to Sony, they'll just fucking grab a pre-refurbished one off the shelf and just send that back to you. But
Yeah.
when mine came in, I looked at it and there were scratches all around the USB port on the front. I called them up and I started bitching. And they're like, could you read back the serial numbers to us? I was like, God damn it, it is mine. I'm the fucking asshole. Scratch the shit up. But it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple segments we do on this show. Ladies, it's time for package time.
It's package time!
Yeah, you like that? You like that, Eric?
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a good little video. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's fucking that's some high quality production value.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna. Sean, you want to go first? Because it's gonna take like 5 minutes before any of your fucking.
All right. So you
Did
should
you-
have taken your piss break doing that. All right, I'll go quick. Eric, I'm the guy that gets like a shitload every week, so
Mhm.
I'll run through these. So this week I got a couple of Japanese PS1 games. I got the Paritis series,
Stay in your lane, Sean.
Sexy Paritis, it's called. And I'm probably not saying it right.
And we can't see
Paritis.
it.
Peridius.
You're frozen right now. There you go.
Oh, great.
There it is. Can you see yourself? There you go.
Peridius.
Nice.
All right. And then we got the
Coming
third
in
one.
glorious 480p.
Yeah. So these are actually really fucking awesome games. These I would say that these are NES hard freaking shmups. These are made by Konami. And they're basically parodies of their own Konami games. There's like a Castlevania level in it. There's different characters from different Konami games in it. And Jesus Christ, I mean, this thing was killing me last night. I just kept running into a wall. I don't know how any human being could play this game. Ridiculous. All right, so on to the PS4. We got some Japanese shmups. I can't even say the name of this one. It's
Hold it in front of the screen because you are frozen right now. Just hold it in front of the screen as long as you can. There you go.
There you go.
Destiny. I don't know. It's I know it has a different name. Kaya something. Blah blah blah.
This I caught the Metal Jesus PS4 Hidden Gems. God bless Metal Jesus. We all collecting his name. And I guess this Destiny. It's supposed to be like someone saying it with a slur, saying Destiny with a slur.
Yeah.
So, not a slur. Not a slur. What's the word I'm looking for? A lisp.
But that's not the full name of it. The full name of it is like Kaya blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah,
this
is great.
But I will admit, I ordered this before Metal Jesus' video, so I'm on point.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Nice.
You can't be an influencer if you're getting influenced.
I did order a couple from the video just in case.
We know.
Oh, you definitely have to.
Of course. I mean, the second they go on, that's it.
You gotta stay ahead of the scalpers. Taking
We
notes
got
on this shit.
Dondo Pachi.
Don Pachi.
Another great shmup. Finally, limited run set my Gargoyles. I've been looking forward to play this. This is a Genesis game. And I guess it has new graphics too. You can switch back and forth, like a remaster and the original.
It also has like a game murdering bug in it, doesn't it?
Supposedly. I'm sure there's an update patch for it. Destroy All Humans 2, the single player version. As was suggested by our guest last week.
Yeah, we could thank last week's guest for that, and also the reason I'm not going to be chasing it any longer.
From the Metal Jesus video, Hot Shot Racing. So I've played this game. I have it on the Switch. This is a really fun racing game. It reminds me of just old arcade fun, like virtual racing days and this and that. But it's addictive. A couple other Japanese games I got. This is a Power Strike Battle. These are the Mega Man fighting games that weren't released in the U.S.
Oh wow, there's a Mega Man fighting game?
Yeah, it's two of them on here. They're fantastic. They were arcade games. There were arcade games back then. This was a freebie that somebody from Japan sent me. Katamari Damacy.
Nice.
So
the Switch version was considered
the new one
for a while. People were trying to price it up.
It's because the old one was. They try to do it. I got the updated version of Space Harrier.
Nice.
This is available on the American PS2 on the Sega collection, Genesis collection or something. It's got like 3D graphics. I got Baroque for the Wii.
You should have got it on PS2, dude. What the hell are you doing?
The Wii version is the superior version.
No, the Wii version.
I've never heard anybody say that sentence in my life. And I was a Wii guy.
Thank you.
I say it just to push his buttons, man. No, I'm trying to get all the Atlas titles.
I was like when the Ghostbusters game came out, and like the PlayStation and Xbox version was awesome, but then the Wii version was cartoony.
PS5 from Red Art Games, we got Jubilee. This is a challenging precision platformer. I have not played it yet.
Like a game for girls, dude.
Well, I'm fine with that. Great, and granted, Eric, I haven't played any of these. These all came in like 2 days ago. Japanese exclusive right now, the Inquisitor. It has English. I couldn't tell you what the hell it's about, but it looks really cool.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna play that.
Just torturing people. It's just
I know.
rad. Torture porn
be rad.
simulator.
Let me, a wonderful limited run over Rogue. Chemco classic right there. I'm definitely never going to play this. This is bullshit.
The people at home on YouTube are fucking adjusting the screens and why is it this guy?
All right, I'll finish it up. All right, fine. Fuck it. Oh, wait a minute. Screw this. I'm cutting it down. I finally finished my 3DS set because I finally got my Shantaes. There you go.
You're frozen. Oh, there they are.
there you go. Nice.
All right. I finally finished the 3DS set. For 2 weeks, it was incomplete. So, I missed out on the pre-order of those. I had to evade those. So now I'm back to having a complete 3DS set. So, all right, move on.
All right.
I'm done.
All right, Eric, you're up to bat.
So it's been a while since I've physically like gone and got stuff, but these are like some of the last like limited run ones that I've gotten that I can remember. I might be missing one or two, but these are some of the ones that I know I've gotten recently. So I don't remember ordering most of these, to be completely honest. That's how long you have to wait. Castlevania Requiem, Rondo of Blood, and Symphony of the Night.
That's
And
always a good one.
I guess this
cool.
kind of ties into like one of your other segments that you have where you're like, oh, this game's might trend, whatever.
Just put it away. Put it away.
So yeah, so this one, don't remember ordering it, but I'm glad I did. At this point, it's probably difficult to get the PlayStation 4 limited runs complete because this is number 443. So it's like, yeah, there's how many? I have no idea what the heck. This is one where I'm like, did I order this? Like Dustwind came in number 45. I think I'm still waiting like on some of the ones that are in the 20s to freaking get sent to me.
They're up to like 70 something now.
I know, but like I'm like whenever I line them up, I'm like, wait, I'm missing some of these numbers, and I'll look, I'm like, oh, it's still processing, or it's still doing this. River City
70
Girls 2.
74.
Oh
they're up
yes.
You
Have you
know,
played it?
yeah.
Obviously not.
I have not. I played the Neo, I want to say, on Xbox or something, or whichever one was on Game Pass. I played one of the River City Girls. So anything by Way Forward, you can't go wrong with, to be honest. One of the best publishers out there, Way Forward, and then the other one is the people who made Yacht Club. The Yacht Club games. Those guys, those are like solid ones. At this point, I'm surprised nobody's bought Way Forward yet. To be honest,
that has online play also.
oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
It feels heavy, so I don't know if it has like manual. and stuff.
It's a fatty manual. Yeah, I got the PS4 version and
Nice.
PS4
And then I
upgrade.
mentioned this earlier, how like they're starting to like just do these like random
yeah.
re-releases of games, which these games are freaking terrible. The Bill and Ted, they're bad, but the Game Boy version's different.
Yeah.
Never played it, but I'm gonna be honest with my limited run stuff. I just get it and forget it.
And
'Cause,
it's strange that is going to be supposedly one of the rarest ones because they already lost the license to that.
Oh wow!
So they clearance them out and they're not allowed to sell anymore.
Well, I saw that they have like the Rocket Knight, which I have the OG of that, but
Yeah.
do I want to give in back to my boycott? I don't know. That's why I'm not playing Call of Duty anymore either, because I'm boycotting them right now. So,
I know all
If
about
you-
boycotts. There's a couple companies out there I won't.
Yeah.
If you get them at a secondhand store, you'll be all right.
well, see, that's why I wait for at a convention if somebody's selling them or if limited runs there. I'll just be
Yeah.
like, hey, Jay, go buy this for me.
Just hand them the money like it's a drug deal on the.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I mean, there's been some other stuff, but it's digital games, like so I can't exactly say that.
Blasphemy. No.
And I think I might have. Yeah, it's kind of hard because I don't usually have like a pickup pile. Like I haven't done a pickup video in quite some time, but
Yeah.
I want to get into it and stuff soon. But it's been a while.
Those
All
are
right.
some pretty good bangers you got there. Well, Bill and Tad aside.
All right, guys. Here's what I got. This came in. Where the hell did I get? Oh, I got this one off of eBay. This is Rival Schools 2 Project Justice.
Nice.
It's got some other name. I can't pronounce. Well, I can't pronounce it, but I just don't have it written down to read it to you. But yeah, I love the fat Japanese cases.
Yeah,
Japanese
they're
on one
awesome.
side, and then there it is. Hold on. This is Shiritsu Justice Gakuen Neketsu Saisyun Nikki 2. There you go.
That made complete sense to me.
And then in English, it would just be like street fight, like just like 2 words.
Project Justice 2. Nice fat manual. It's got the whatever the hell that is, registration card. I don't know.
Is this the game you were playing yesterday that you said has too much Japanese in it?
Yes, I tried to play it, and it's got.
Yeah.
I was actually playing that character, the volleyball player. It's got a story mode to it, and it's just like, what the fuck? I just can't. I kept running up to the TV, holding up my
Translator.
my Google Translator. It's like, okay, yeah, and fucking after 5 minutes, my arm got tired. So
Who was it? Speaking of that, that reminds me of something I saw. Oh, it was GameSack. They showed like their screenshots because they did the Google Translate, and the translation came all freaking weird and random. Like it doesn't always work.
I put the Google. It was. I believe it was a Japanese Galgun PS3 I had, and I freaking put the Google Translate. It said something about cancer, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Fighting cancer?" It is what it is. Yeah, this came in. Speaking of limited run, this is
Nice.
Psycho, Shooting Library Volume 1.
Very cool.
And let me see, what does this have on it? I can't see. It's dark in here. It's got 6 games on it.
I think I might have that. Oh no, I have the other one, the one that starts with a V.
I
Not
have.
Arcelus. What the heck
I
is it
will.
called?
I'm trying to think about the V1.
The V. I haven't been a V since the 90s.
Some of those games are really, really good though. Psycho is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I played some of them on Switch.
And not to be and I couldn't leave it. It couldn't be left alone. I had to get 2 as well. So
Yeah.
there's that
I
one.
mean, you got to.
Yeah, this is the one. And I got these on Amazon. So if you want them, they're available on Amazon because I posted in our group. And it's like, oh, and some guys like, oh, I'm so sad I missed them. Well, guess what? They're on Amazon. It is a limited run game.
It's not
It's
a
got-
numbered release, right? No.
No, there's nothing on the spine. It's just that.
Yeah.
So you can probably find them in your local Best Buy.
They came out a couple years ago on the Switch. I got those, and I
I think I have those.
too. Yeah. They're
I
like
don't-
big buckets.
I don't. I'm not a big volume collector. 3 a week. That's a haul for me. But yeah. And there's that.
You got a good haul this week, Will.
Those are
Well,
solid. Shoot 'em ups. You can't go wrong with shoot 'em ups.
Definitely not.
It was coming down to the wire, and I was like, God damn, I have to have something for package time on our goddamn. So,
Well, now you got the book off opening up in your town. So you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was hearing that. That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a book off. It's opening up in my on yesterday. They had a creator sneak peek, right? And a content creator sneak peek and shit. And
So
I
you
walked in-
flashed your YouTube card.
yeah, I feel like I googled PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast, and I was like, "This is me, motherfucker! Recognize! Let me in here." And I'm walking in the joint, and I'm pulling over. One of the attendants. Hey, what concert are they creating? That looks like a mom and dad. Get those fuckers out of here.
There's one place when I went to Phoenix for Game On. I think it's called Bookman's or something.
Yeah, Bookman.
That was a really good place.
Oh, that's another place. Dude, it's sick how many places I got next near me within my, because I'm old and shitty and I have a small operational radius. But I got Bookman's, I got Zia Records, I got Fallout Games, One Up Games, I got House of the Used, and now I got Book Off in about 3 GameStops to add. To
I
my
think
collection.
One Up Games is who I bought my Zombie Nation from at their table at Game On.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you went to the store, you're in my town. You're in Mesa.
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it at the Game On Expo.
How many times? When did you go? What year did you go?
So I went several. I think I went maybe like 4 or 5 times. The last time I went was 2019, and then I went.
That sounds about right for that price of Zombie.
Yeah, I
Nation.
went 19,
It's like
18,
double now.
I went 19, 18, 17, and 16 for sure.
I think 19 was the last year I went.
Yeah.
I used to be at every Comic-Con. I used to be at every freaking Game On Expo, but I don't know. I just after the last couple times I went, I was like, you know, I seen Billy and Jay. I saw you walking around the joint. I saw the Metal Jesus. He was walking around the joint. So I saw a bunch of YouTubers just wandering around. Everyone's like, "Why didn't you go up and say something?" I was like, "What am I gonna say?" Big fan. No,
Let me say that. Just like, hey, how you doing?
I'm
See ya.
I'm shy.
I get that once in a while. Like what I get is what I've had a couple times is that I'll be at my table and then a girl will come up and they'll look kind of cute and I'm just like, okay, and I'll be like, where's the dude at that's too shy to come say hi? And they'll be like, hi, my boyfriend or my husband's too shy to come see you. He watches you all the time. And I'll be like, I'll look and they'll be like far off and then they come. It's like, really?
No, I wasn't about to send my girlfriend ahead of me to fucking sky. I just go, hey, look, it's over there. Look at that guy. Oh, I watched him. Look at him.
Yeah, I've had that. I've had that.
I'll snap a picture and shit, get an upskirt of Metal Jesus and shit. Sell his panties pics on the internet. No, I'm kidding. I don't have any panty shots.
You want them though? You wish.
Oh, dude, I would pay for them. I'll be honest.
I was gonna say that this episode we haven't had a lot of panty talk or dick jokes yet, so we had to throw them in somewhere.
Yeah,
what was that one game that was on Switch? The panty raid or panty
Pantsu Raider.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
I think it came with a pair of panties, right?
Yeah.
I still find it weird that Nintendo they censor less than PlayStation. It's just weird because PlayStation, the family company, this, that, and the other. But it is what it is.
That's why I bought that Perky Little Things game on Switch because I was like that
game's ridiculous.
All right, guys. This is the Rarity Report.
Eric,
The Rarity Report.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the show. Yes, thank you. Where we make wild speculations on video games, things that we think may be high dollar or collectible in the future. And full disclaimer, I do this strictly to pad the collection, the price of my own collection. So I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick. I'm a little late on this game, and I'm surprised. But Baldur's Gate, what is this? I can't even read it. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition and Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition for the PS4. Before the release of the current Baldur's Gate, this is like a $20 game less. Last I checked, it's like you're looking about $50 for this thing. So,
wow.
if you can still find this out there, is a hot commodity thanks to the release of the latest one. So go on and get yourself a piece of that. And thank you, sweetheart. My daughter brought me a beer. She couldn't get it out, but
nice.
There you go. Thank you, sweetheart. I'll take it from here. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 Enhanced Editions. Do yourself a favor. All right.
Very cool.
Eric,
me, I'll go next.
Spoiled it already.
Yeah, I'll go next since I'm not too much of a high-end collector as Sean is. I did mention Perky Little Things, which it's back there.
I was gonna say you need to stream that.
Yeah, I made a video about it, but I'm not opening it. I'll grab it real quick. It's just right here.
It's a Switch exclusive.
It's only on the Switch. Yeah, yeah. It's like a Where's Waldo. It's a weird like picture finder game.
As I drop a bunch of games. Ugh. As a bunch
Oh
of my
shit!
games.
I just noticed you're wearing your wrestling
Wrestling,
Federation
yeah,
shirt.
yeah, it's our wrestling shirt. Yep.
Nice.
So, a store that's nearby to me called the D-Pad gets a lot of like PAL games, a lot of limited run games, different things like that. And my friend Samantha that works there, she was like, "Hey, we got this game in. You need to come get it. This looks like something you would want." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna pick it up." It looks like it has like a booklet in it, and it's like a
big book,
not
yeah.
safe for work art book and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, definitely gonna get this. So anytime you have like a porn game, I guess, on Nintendo, pick it up. I bought it $54.99. I don't know if it's trending up, but I don't know anybody else that personally has it. And then of course the Castlevania one that I picked up just because it's limited run and it's Castlevania and
Definitely.
everything that they make that's Castlevania probably definitely goes up. So
Definitely.
and I don't know how many copies of Symphony of the Night I own, and I guess there's another one.
But you always need one more.
Yeah,
Hey, can you show the perky little things again real quick?
yeah.
'Cause
There's a little fat devil on it.
that sticker right there, dude. Just it's like I don't know.
It bugs
I
you.
feel like it's covering up something worse than perky.
No,
Well, you know
it's not.
You know,
I know what it's. I know it says perky under there, but I don't know. It just
well, you
gives
know,
the
it's,
impression.
that game, the way it's shrink wrapped, like they all came like that, like really
Yeah,
shitty
it's like-
shrink wrap. It's like,
It's bending like the front. Yeah,
so like if he pulled that off, he'd tear it all open.
it's interesting though, and it definitely takes up the space of like 2.5 Switch games.
It looks like
So I
a
just-
looks like a VHS package to me. honest.
Yeah,
I have
So-
played most of that game. It's a good night. It's a good night
Yeah.
to play that.
All right, Sean, what you got for us, man?
I picked up a game that not a lot of I don't think people talk about it that much. I don't think it's a very high dollar game right now, but maybe in the future. And that's Bramble for the PS5. It's a very chill game. Basically, this little kid's sister goes missing, and you play as the brother who's going around the forest and all these different places trying to find his sister. And you go through like a whole journey. It's a pretty dark game. The story was fantastic, and like I said, it's very very chill. It only took about 8 to 10 hours to play, but it was a relaxing game, like on a Sunday or whatnot. I don't think a lot of people talk about this, and I think it will be sought after at some point.
I noticed
So,
that company makes a lot of physical titles too on the PS5.
Merge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They're one of the big ones that do. So yeah, check that one out. Very, very, very cool. Very dark. A lot darker than I thought it would be, story wise. So
Bramble.
Yeah.
Ramble. Everybody take notes. All right. We got one last segment we do here on the podcast, and then we'll wrap this shit up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is video game shit posting. Yeah, you like that?
Nice.
Huh?
Was it bad that I could probably identify which lady that was?
Jesus. All right, guys. We just had
The world wants to
Thanksgiving.
know.
Thanksgiving. We just
Thanksgiving?
Had,
What?
yeah, I know. I'm getting my holidays. We just had Valentine's Day, and this is a video game related Valentine's Day card. Are you sure you can handle this, Dick?
Nice. That's good. I'm gonna use that this weekend somehow.
I don't know, man. I'll send them on over. Let's see. Here we go. My cat when I've had a bad day and need some affection. My cat when I'm playing video games. Fucking cats. There we go.
I think that was a
let's see.
stinker. That one sucked.
No, not all these are winners. Here we go. Back for more pain, huh? Toot, 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 toot. You can't hurt me now. Peach, hey, let's hook up. Don't tell Mario. Okay, baby. Let's see here what we got. Yes, her. Oh my God, where did you learn that? Me.
That's good.
You like that one?
I still blow into the cartridges.
I still blow into big, huge.
Shut up, dude. It's not that kind of show. Have any of you guys played this game? I hear it's popular. This is Dark Souls.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't necessarily agree with this this next little one, but here we go. A 7 out of 10 RPG is better than a 10 out of 10 sports game. Sure, but a 1 out of 10 wrestling game has better story, combat, acting, and original soundtrack than any of your dumb RPGs. Oh my God. I don't believe
Nah, I don't agree with that one either.
Oh, what the hell is this one? I can't even see this from here. Oh yeah, video game refrigerators be like
It's alcohol, gun,
alcohol, pickles, and a gun.
cologne packs, vape pen.
Like condoms.
All right, here, what do we got here? Your video game display setup after
Oh,
1 year
yeah.
collecting, and your video game display setup after
That
10
one's
years of collecting.
relatable. Dude, I have so much stuff in Rubbermaids and
Oh, man.
boxes. But it's like Christmas every time I go through it. I'm like, oh wow, that's where this has been.
Everything's on my shelf still. I'll get there someday.
I'm getting to the Rubbermaid point of my collecting life.
Eric, do you dabble in piracy or emulation?
Emulation, yeah. I have a
Game
retro.
preservation?
I have a retro freak, so I load up all the ROMs on like a mini SD card,
You son
and I'll
of a
play
gun.
for that. Yeah.
Well, check it out. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry, my children. There'll be no food tonight because somebody pirated a game I made in 1995.
Yeah.
Piracy is a crime.
And I may or may not play some Switch games early when they leak out on the internet because of certain emulators that are
How
available.
dare you? You're evil. It's
Will wants
remember,
to-
it-
Will wants
it's not.
Will wants to figure out how to do that now.
Yeah.
It's not piracy. The proper term now is game preservation.
Preservation, yes.
Yeah.
I'll call it preview, testing, demo testing. I was testing an unofficial build.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I was before Tears of the Kingdom came out, I was testing out an unofficial beta version, and it was just wonky. And then like the story was going. I was like, you know what? I want to play this the right way. It was just kind of, you could tell it was like the emulator was screwing it up. So I was just like, yeah, I'll wait another 3 weeks.
All right, let's see.
Everything Nintendo has been leaking online like months before. You could honestly probably play the Princess Peach game right now already.
It's
And-
crazy.
Nintendo
They got a lot of loose lips over there, man. I don't
Oh,
know.
It's just so easy to emulate. I mean, that's what you get
Yeah.
when you're freaking
7 years old.
two
You're
console
back.
generations behind. All right, here's a sustainable and affordable video game community. And then we got the guy shooting the video game community. Why would DK Oldies do this to us? This
Oh,
is a
yeah,
bad
DK
meme, but
Oldies.
yeah, there it is.
DK.
DK Oldies. My Pokemon attacks you with Stun Seed in reverse. In reverse, what happened? You get hit with D's nuts.
That's a
it's,
good one.
it's super effective. All right, guys, one last one, and then we'll call it a night. Pokemon porn. Me. Also me after I finish. What is it? Rule 32? There's a
You get the clarity, the post clarity.
the post nut clarity and shit.
Fucking
Ladies and
ridiculous,
gentlemen, that has been this week's installment of
Mhm.
video game shit posting. I just like to do that. It upsets people, especially people with headphones. So-
Oh yeah.
Eric,
and little children in the room.
Oh,
yeah, it's always my kids were in the room. How dare you? Yeah, fuck your kids. Eric, thanks so much for coming on this evening.
Yeah, of course.
It's been a blast. Eric, let them know. Let them know about you. What are your plugs? Where are you at? Where can they find you? Where can they see you?
Just Google 8-Bit Eric or 8BE. You should be able to find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Kick. I've been streaming on Rumble now 5 days a week. You can find me on there. If you find me on Twitter, you'll be able to find me anywhere. Just look up 8-Bit Eric on Twitter. And yeah, I appreciate you guys anytime you want. If I'm available, I'm always down.
We'll definitely have you back, dude.
And don't worry,
This was a great episode.
We'll make sure and abuse that privilege.
And I saw a few of the people popping in. I just didn't want to stop the convo to be like, "Hey, how's it going?" So if y'all are still here, if you're still watching and you came in, I saw like a level 1 online. I saw a couple other people pop in. There was a Tommy, a couple other. Saw a handful.
Oh, very cool.
Usually
Thanks for
James is
stopping in,
here.
guys.
Yeah, Game Chasers
does all
came
that.
in.
Very cool.
Yeah,
We appreciate it all. We appreciate everybody that stopped in.
Now I can go around telling Game Chasers came on our show last week.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me, guys.
No, thanks for coming on. So for me, from Sean, James, whoever he is, and hey, Big Eric. Hold on, I gotta cue this up. I'm never
Yeah,
good
you
at
fuck
this.
it up every week, man.
Yeah, I do. I'm not good at this. Good night, everybody.